Adventuring through the world's most beautiful theme park, you come across some awesome coasters. But after riding these coasters, the question you ask yourself is, how do I rank these coasters amongst each other to see which one is the best coaster? Now, don't worry, because in this video, I will be ranking all of the coasters at Busch Gardens Williamsburg at the world's most beautiful theme park. Now, as we tag along, in the comment section, I want to know if you agree or disagree with this list, and I want to see your list as well on how you rank these coasters at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Enough talking, let's get straight into the video. At number 10, of course, is going to be at the bottom. It's a kiddie coaster, Grover's Alpine Express. Now, obviously, it's a kiddie coaster, so it's going to be at the bottom. But I will say it's very fun, and it's a great way to introduce kids into coaster with a great dip drop and some great turns. But obviously, it's going to be at the bottom. So at number 10, we have Grover's Alpine Express. Coming in at number 9 at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, that's going to be Tempesto. Tempesto is a premier ride skyrocket too, and I know we've ridden a lot of these because it's a clone model. There's a lot of them around. But the only problem I have with it and why it's number 9 is the trains, the premier ride trains. It's very hard to get in and out of the trains. It's sometimes very painful. But other than that, the model is very, very underrated. Tempesto is very good, very forceful, whippy, and just very intense and fun. My favorite moment, obviously, is going to be the inline twist. You take it with so much force. And I just think Tempesto and the model is very, very underrated. They just need to fix the trains. So at number 9 at Busch Gardens Williamsburg is going to be Tempesto. Coming in at number 8 at Busch Gardens Williamsburg is going to be the icon, the classic, the arrow at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. That's going to be Loch Ness Monster. Loch Ness Monster is an amazing, amazing ride. And the reason why it's at number 8 is because it doesn't really stack up to the other coasters above it, but that doesn't mean it's not an amazing ride. Loch Ness Monster is an amazing ride, especially experiencing the interlocking loops. It's still an incredible ride. The tunnel, amazing. The helix in the tunnel, and with all the new changes, I can't wait to see how the difference is. And yeah, Loch Ness is still an incredible ride. Coming in at number 7 at Busch Gardens Williamsburg is going to be the first hyper, Apollo's Chariot. Apollo's Chariot is a very fun coaster, and it's the B&M with the pre-drop, and it's, like I said, it's very fun. Of course, it's not the best because it was the very first B&M hyper, so it's not up to par with the hypers, with the modern hypers, but it's still very fun for what it does. And the view on Apollo's Chariot is unbeatable, so good. And my favorite moment on Apollo's is that airtime, like it's going into an airtime hill and it banks to the left, and then you bank into a helix. That is my favorite part on Apollo's. And then just seeing the water to the left as you rise into a bunny hill before ending your ride is just amazing as well. Apollo's Chariot is very fun. And yeah, for being the first hyper, it's still very good. Decent airtime, decent momentum, decent speed. Yeah, it's still very good, but it just doesn't pack up against the coasters that I think are above it. So yeah, at number 7 is going to be Apollo's Chariot. Coming in at number 6 at Busch Gardens Williamsburg is going to be Invader, a GCI hybrid wooden coaster. And Invader is the most slept on coaster in the lineup. And I don't think Invader gets as much praise. And I really hope it should get praise. Invader is so fun. And Invader is very action packed. And Invader is very like the left out coaster in the lineup that most people don't remember. But I really think people should give Invader praise. Invader is so great. And like I said, it's action packed. It's fast paced. And it's amazing. And it has some memorable moments. My favorite moment is the bank turn to the left, bank turn to the right, giving you some great lateral moments, giving you some great quick transitions, bank to the left, bank to the right, and then the small bunny hill before you bank another turn, giving you some more laterals. Invader is so great. It's a lateral city coaster. It literally gives you some great laterals. And it gives you some great transitions. And it gives you some great pop of ejector, flow ejector, you can say, in the mix of getting some laterals. So it's very fun. It's very great. And I just think that it doesn't really, people don't see it as good as the other coasters in the lineup, but I really think it's one of the most slept on in the lineup, and it should get more praise, and it should be looked at as really great in the lineup as well. So at number 6, we have Invader. Starting off with the top 5 at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, we have the new for 2023 Intamin Straddle Coaster, and that's Dark Coaster. Dark Coaster was a main target for kids. Its main target was for kids, but it delivered a great ride experience for everybody, for kids and families. It was a great ride experience, and I think what put this at top 5 is the theming itself. When you look at the castle, it's amazingly themed. The castle is just so beautiful to look at, and when going inside, it's just an amazingly themed coaster. And going from the start of the queue to the station is just amazing. With the 3D glass walls, and then the 3D windows with the snowy storm going behind it, and then the Ludwig poster that actually is animated, that kind of moves. It's just amazing. The only thing that brings this down a little bit is the theming on the ride. I really feel like Busch Gardens Williamsburg could have did a little more with theming on ride. Not saying it was bad, but they could have done a little bit more, and I think each lap could have had something different. I think each lap could have had 25% of theming from the other lap, but then include different theming to make it more diverse. But yeah, other than that, Dark Coaster was very fun. Like I said, it got the job done. It had a punchy launch. It was greatly themed outside and even on ride too. I enjoyed it. And then seeing the snowy storm on ride as well from the 3D windows was amazing as well. Dark Coaster was a great themed coaster. I just think the inside on ride needed a little bit more to give it that push. But other than that, Dark Coaster was very fun for kids and families. But yes, at number 5, we have Dark Coaster. Just missing the top 3 at Busch Gardens Williamsburg is going to be the power and speed of the mythical Griffin. Yes, at number 4, we have Griffin, the B&M dive coaster. Griffin is very fun. Once you take that turn out of the station, staring at that lift hill is very intriguing and scary for most. But what's very fun and scary for some people, but what makes it very special is that hold and brake over the drop. The hold and brake is what makes Griffin very special at that park, because it's very different from all the other coasters, obviously, but it's very special because how different it is. Just staring down at that drop, knowing you're about to drop very soon, and you have no idea when you're about to drop, is very fun and scary for most. But guests seem to enjoy Griffin, and what makes Griffin great as well is it's a capacity eater. It's great for capacity. And overall, Griffin is fun. Every element just hits perfectly. You go from one element, and it's not really drawn out. Then you hit another element. It's not really drawn out. And then you just keep going. And then to complete the ride, you have the splashdown, which is a great way to end off the ride. And that thing that people enjoy the most. People enjoy the splashdown a lot. Every single ride I get, everybody is enjoying the splashdown. Everybody's having a great time. But most people have a great time on the drop. You get different expressions. You get different emotions on the drop from most people. And it's just very fun to hear people's different expressions on the drop. And yeah, I'm glad Busch Gardens Williamsburg has something like Griffin, because it's very diverse, it's very fun, and it's great for capacity for a packed day at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. So at number 4, we have Griffin. Making its way into number 3, we have Verbolten. Verbolten is very special for a very favorite reason of it's advertised as a family coaster, but it feels like a thrill coaster. Verbolten is very, very special, and I love Verbolten, and it's very great, and it's known for its dark section and the surprising moment. Anybody who ridden Verbolten, don't spoil it. Yes, but it's very known for its dark section and that surprising moment in the dark section as well. If you've ridden Verbolten, you know about the surprising moment. But yeah, Verbolten overall is a very complete ride. It's very complete. From start to finish, this thing is very complete, and it's a very underrated coaster. out of everywhere. It's very underrated, and it's one of my fan favorite. And I learned very quickly that it's not a family coaster and it's a thrill coaster, because I did not see any videos going into Verbolten, and I thought it was a family coaster when I got on, but I learned very quickly that it's a thrill coaster. And I did actually gray out at some point in the dark section as well, so I learned that it was a thrill coaster at that moment as well. But yeah, it's a fan favorite at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. I'm also glad we have Verbolten to diversify the lineup. So at number 3, we have Verbolten. This is going to be a great one. Skiing our way into number 2, we have the king of inverts, Alpengeist. Alpengeist is known for its incredible height and its incredible long drop. Alpengeist drop feels like it goes on forever, and it's just pure insanity. Everybody knows when you get on Alpengeist, you're here for a great ride. Alpengeist starts you off with its incredible forceful drop and whippy drop if you're in the back row. Front row is good for the view of the drop, but the back row is where you get all the force and intensity on the drop. You get absolutely whipped, not know the drop is coming. After that, you're going in for some amazing elements, but the element that stands out the most, and this is what Alpengeist is most known for, the element that stands out the most is the Cobra roll. The Cobra roll on Alpengeist is Snap City. Once you enter the Cobra roll in the back row, get ready to get snapped, because you literally get thrown with the element, and it just snaps into the element, and it's just absolutely incredible every single time. It's amazing. Pure insanity. The Cobra roll is absolutely pure insanity, and that's what Alpengeist is known for. Its force, its momentum, and that Cobra roll. And then after, you go for amazing theme. You go for amazing theme and atmosphere before hitting that mid-course, and then going through more amazing theming and landscaping before ending your ride on Alpengeist, which is known to be the king of inverts and one of the most intense, most fast-paced, and most insane invert out there. So at number 2, we have Alpengeist. The king at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, making its way into number 1 in the lineup. The speed and strength of the 5 Roman gods. You guessed it, it's Pantheon. By far, Pantheon is so amazing, and there's many characteristics you could say about Pantheon, and it's just absolutely incredible. I love the way how Pantheon starts off with the launch into the 0G Winder. I did not expect the 0G Winder to give great hang time. I thought it was going to be like a couple of seconds, but it gave you some great sense of hang time. And then, of course, the swing launch section. The swing launch section, by far, I could say is probably most people's favorite thing on this coaster, and it's that bunny hill in between the swing launch. When going forwards, you get some good floater on it, good flow eject on it, but coming back down backwards, you get thrown into oblivion out of your seat on that bunny hill in between the swing launch, getting thrown backwards and into the launch again, being forced into the spike, staring down, then going back, being thrown into oblivion again for the second time, giving even stronger ejector, and then the top hat giving some great floater in to start off, then give you ejector, throwing you out of your seat, exiting the top hat. The outwards banked airtime hill giving you some great sense of floater, some sustained floater all the way through. Then the stall obviously giving some amazing hang time. You feel every single length of the stall, and you feel every single sense of hang time on that stall. It's absolutely incredible. And yeah, Pantheon is amazing. The thing is, I know people say it's short. It is short, but it's short but sweet. I love how short it is, but it's short but sweet. They could add it 2 more elements to make it more complete, but I still think it's an incredible coaster the way it is. And it would be even more amazing if they added like 2 more elements before ending the ride on Pantheon. But yeah, number 1 coaster at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, what many can agree, is Pantheon. And yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. This video was very overdue. And like I said, comment down below what your list is and what you agree or disagree with this list. I want to know, and I want to see your guys' list as well. But yeah, that's going to do it. And if you want to see more content from Park Visions, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see more content from Busch Gardens Williamsburg as well, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And thank you guys for watching. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one.